Well, good afternoon and welcome back again to the Little French Homestead. If you're new to my channel today, my name is Sherry. Welcome. So every single time I would come back from the grocery store, I was losing my mind. I had food, which was great, but then I look at the receipt and I just feel defeated. I was spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars only to literally throw out that slimy, spoiled vegetable a week later. I was trapped in the insane cycle of waste. Groceries are getting more expensive. The packages are smaller. Our budgets are getting destroyed. It felt like a game I could never win. But then I discovered a secret that was already in my kitchen. It was a simple trick that has saved me over $100 a month. It's more than about $1,500 per year. And I barely waste any food now. And today, I'm going to show you how you can do it too. The problem wasn't just the money. It was the guilt. That insane feeling of rage when you find 3 half-used of mustards hiding in the back of your refrigerator. It was buying a bag of perfect, expensive spinach with a plan, only to find it turned green and mushy science experiment in the back of your fridge drawer. I was literally throwing money away in the garbage. And these numbers aren't crazy. Studies show the average American household wastes a gigantic amount of food, with some estimating says it's almost a third of all of that food you buy. That number shocked me. Now I get it. I was a statistic. I was the poster child for overbuying and underusing. My pantry, my fridge, and my freezer. They weren't food. They were graveyards for great ideas. My breaking point was a big aha moment. Was not glamorous. It was a Tuesday night. I was staring into the pantry like we all do, and a fridge that was completely full, and I still thought there was nothing to eat. I had just spent a fortune on groceries 2 days ago, but the thought of actually cooking wasn't possible. My pantry was what I'd call an organized mess. Yeah, I had bins, but I had zero clue what was actually in them. My freezer was a frozen wasteland of mystery meat in frosty, unlabeled bags. I was this close to giving up and ordering a pizza when I actually decided to just actually look at what I had. And what I saw was embarrassing. I had 4 cans of black beans, 2 boxes of pasta, giant bag of rice, and a half a bag of frozen peppers, a block of cheese. A whole dinner was sitting right there. I could have made a crazy pasta bake with a side of beans. But my brain was so trained to think at the recipes first, ingredients second, that I couldn't see it. My habit was to find some really cool recipes, make a list of like 20 ingredients, go to the store and buy all of them, even if I already had half the stuff sitting at home. Why? Because I didn't know I had them. That's when it clicked. The problem wasn't I didn't have food. The problem was I was completely unaware of what I owned. My pantry wasn't a resource. It was a black hole. And I realized having a stocked pantry isn't just for a hurricane. It's a secret weapon against insane grocery prices, and I was completely ignoring it. I decided right then and there that I had to change everything. I had to stop letting the grocery store tell me what I needed to buy just because something was on a massive sale or on clearance, and start letting my own kitchen tell me what I had. I needed to learn how to shop at home first. This is where the pantry audit comes in. Absolutely, the first step in this challenge, and the most important one, is the pantry audit. This is where you get brutally honest with yourself and what you have. Yeah, this sounds like a massive challenge, but I promise you, this is the foundation for victory. The main takeaway is this: you have to see what you have to use what you have. So here is the game plan. Set aside an hour or two, put on some music, and I mean everything out. Yes, I mean everything, from your pantry to your freezer to your refrigerator. Put it all on the counters. And yes, you're going to be completely shocked by how much stuff you own. That's the point. This isn't about guilt. It's about winning. Next, you purge. Get a trash bag for all of that stuff that is 100% expired and disgusting. But you also need a use now box. Anything that is getting close to its expiration is going to go inside this box. This is your priority for the next week's dinners. As you're doing this, you're not just cleaning, you're collecting data. You're seeing a pattern. Wow, I always buy capers, but I never use them. Or, I have 6 kinds of tea, but I only drink one kind. This is intel you can use to win. And here is where it gets crazy. Create zones. You are not going to build your little own grocery store in your pantry. You're going to make your pantry work for you while you are looking at all the stuff you have in your pantry. Put all of the cans together. Pastas and grains get their own spot. Bacon oils, snacks, even a category in gets its own home. Every category gets its own home. This is where the tools like clear containers, shelf stackers, and lazy Susans become your best friends. Stop hiding food from yourself. Put things like flour, sugar, and rice into clear label jars, and you will actually see when you're low and when you'll stop buying the same bag of 5 things. I even put a small whiteboard on my pantry door. When I finish the last can of canned tomatoes, goes on that board. That is the start of my next grocery list. It is such a simple trick, but it changes the entire game. This audit turns into your pantry from a complete disaster into a money-saving machine. Now, the secret weapon here is going to be called reverse meal planning. Once you know what is in your pantry, you can unlock the single greatest money-saving cheat code in your kitchen. Reverse meal planning. Forget everything you know about meal planning in the normal sense, because we are flipping the entire game on its head. Traditional meal planning starts with, well, what do you want to eat? You find a recipe, make a giant list of ingredients to buy. But reverse meal planning starts with a much bigger question. what can I make with what I already have? This is a complete mindset shift. You go from being a consumer who always needs more to being a creative genius who uses what they have. This is about creativity, not perfection. So you're asking me, how does this work? Well, look at your inventory, that list you made, or just a quick scan of your brand new organized pantry. You'll find use it up items first. That half a head of cabbage, the leftover chicken, the Greek yogurt that is expiring in 3 days. These are your star players. Protein is usually the most expensive part of a meal, so you start from there. Let's say you find some frozen ground beef, a can of crushed tomatoes. Instantly, your brain starts making connection. Bolognese, chili, taco. Let's say you pick chili. Check your pantry again. You have the beef and the tomatoes. You can also find some canned beans and some onions. Perfect. But the recipe you're thinking of wants a specific chili powder, but you don't have it. The old you may run to the store for it. The new you gets creative. You probably have paprika, cumin, and cayenne pepper. Boom! You just made your own. The recipe you want calls for sour cream for a topping, but you have that Greek yogurt that needs to be used up. Guess what? Plain Greek yogurt is an amazing and healthier substitute for sour cream. Not having one ingredient is no longer a failure. It's a challenge that is creative. You can find easy swaps for almost anything. No breadcrumbs? Use some crushed saltine crackers or Ritz crackers. Missing an egg for baking? A flax egg works in tons of recipes. By meal building around what you have, you become a smarter and a faster cook. You'll be blown away by how many insane meals are already hiding in your kitchen, just waiting for you to find them. Okay, so we've got a meal plan that you've built almost 100% from food you already own. You might have 5, 6, maybe even 7 dinners all planned out. Now, the only thing you need to do is make a grocery list. This is the final boss, the SMART grocery list. Look at your meal plans. Let's stick with our chili example. If you have the beef, the tomatoes, the beans, the onions, your recipe also wants a bell pepper. You check your fridge, no pepper. So your grocery list, you add 1 bell pepper. You also planned a pasta bake because you have the pasta, the sauce, and the cheese, but maybe you want to add some spinach. Go get 1 small bag of spinach. That goes on your list. Do you see the difference? Your grocery list is no longer some huge 50-item novel. It is a short, surgical, gap-filling list. You are only buying the few things that you need to complete the meals you already built from your inventory. This is a proven strategy. Every survey shows that people who win at budgeting, checking their inventory before they go to the store, your shopping trips will become insanely faster. You're no longer wandering the aisles, tempted by impulse buys. You go in, get your 5 items, get out. The savings are immediate and massive. But that habit doesn't stop there. It has to be a part of your daily life. This is the pantry first habit. When it's 5 p.m. and you're hungry and you can't just stare into the fridge anymore, your first move is to check your meal plan. Oh, it's Tuesday chili night. You then shop your own pantry for the ingredients you're already decided on. It completely destroys the daily stress of what to make. It guarantees that you are going to be using your food that you've previously bought from another massive shopping trip you thought you needed. And it turns your kitchen from a source of stress into a perfectly tuned machine that works for you. So, what are the results of all of this? The financial savings are real, and they are huge. Like I said, since I've started doing it this way, I have been saving close to $150 to $200 every single month. And that ends up being close to $1,000 a year, maybe more. But the biggest challenge is feeling in a bit of control. When you lose control of your pantry, I can guarantee you're going to run right back into that chaos, and then you have to restart over again. That feeling of dread that I used to have to go to the grocery store is gone. The guilt from throwing away food has been replaced by the incredible and satisfaction of an empty vegetable drawer because we actually ate it all. Sometimes I feel like a genius who is managing my own home, not just a mindless consumer that the government and everybody else wants you to feel. This isn't about eating boring food. It's the opposite. It's about unlocking the insane amount of food you already own and unleashing your creativity. It's about turning a huge source of financial stress and a waste into a massive win. You're gonna need to understand that shopping your home first is going to take some time. Remember, a good habit can take roughly 30 days or more to really go ahead and kick in. And then it's going to be an automatic way for you to shop. Now, today's video, I did this exact thing last night. I came home from work and I sat down and I was making a list and I said, wait a minute, I bet I have a bunch of stuff that I can go ahead and look for in my back pantry. That was a game changer. So this shift from a recipe first to an inventory first mindset been the biggest single hack that I have ever been able to use in my kitchen. Now, I want to hear from you. In the comments below, you tell me what is the one food that you are always finding and it's hiding from you in your pantry that you have never used, or if you keep on continually buying something that you've never used, but always with good intention. I am genuinely curious. If you got some of these good ideas from the video, please do me a huge favor and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be sharing way more tips and tricks on how to save an insane amount of money, destroying waste, making your life easier, and everybody in your house's life easier. So I want to say thank you again for watching. If you do like these videos, please go ahead and hit the like button. Always place a comment down below. I love reading them. It always builds a really great community, and to everybody else seeing what people do waste, what you waste, what I waste. Everybody wastes something. It's always with the good intention of trying to go ahead and use something. Go ahead and subscribe. Please go ahead and hit that notification bell. That way you can go ahead and get all of my updated videos when they drop. And as always, keep on cooking. Bye.